fill in gaps in a regular forest. Let's just put these in the inventory for now. So I noted in my head earlier that I had a perfect little spot to burn down right here. But the fire's not going to spread between all of these things by itself, so we just use pine cones to fill in some gaps there. Now when I go to burn this, I'm going to wait till these saplings actually pop into trees properly so that I get extra charcoal out of them. And the other thing, oh yes, the other thing that we can do while we're waiting for those to grow is it's now day 9, so it's going to be our first full moon. We still need to find Glommer, and while we're going to Glommer, we may as well do trade in some of our trinkets to the Pig King to get some extra gold. So I'm just going to grab those trinkets that I had found earlier, and we're going to head up towards the Pig King. So that we can A, find Glommer, give us time to find Glommer, and B, also give us time to trade in our trinkets to the Pig King before we grab Glommer at night. Make our way back. Okay, so a note on these, some of these boons. This is what we call a winter trap. There's a thermometer, a fridge, and a chest. If this setup, set piece or boon was located in the desert, it would be a summer trap. And what happens is when you open the chest here, it automatically starts the season that it's the trap for. So if it's in the desert and you open up this chest here, summer would start immediately. If it's elsewhere and you open up this chest, winter will start immediately. The ice box is a freebie. You can use this as you please without triggering any of the trap at all. And if I had found that before I'd set up my base, I might be over here because that would give us... Sorry, I thought I heard hounds. One thing when you get into this part of the game around between day 7 and day 10 is listening for your hound attacks. So I thought I had heard them, so I had to stop for a minute just to make sure. I'll pick up some free rope. Not entirely important, except for the fact that I'm very low on grass, so it was a very nice find at this point in the game. So continuing to explore through the areas I haven't been, and here we have Glommer statue. Near Glommer statue you can find the pan flutes. It's not always there, but it's a very nice find. And we're going to snag it up as quick as possible. And also, we're going to try and get over to this Pig King. We've got a lot of time yet, but we want to get into the Pig King and out before the full moon hits properly, so that we don't have to deal with any of the werepigs. Okay, someone's coming. It's pretty fortunate that they're coming on a... it's unfortunate that it's nighttime when they decided to come. It's fortunate also that it's a full moon. Because we don't have to worry about a light source while we're trying to fight against these dogs. Spear on and head back towards Glommer. first wave of hounds that comes along takes quite a long time to spawn, so we've got lots of time before we worry about them coming. There should be 2 hounds in the first wave. And run away. And cognizant of their attack patterns. Wait till this guy comes and tries to bite me, because if I try to approach him while he's barking, he'll bite me. And I kind of screwed up the kiting there, but it's all good. There wasn't a whole lot of hounds to worry about, so. We've got a couple of minutes left before Glommer's flower actually spawns, so take this time to pick a couple of berries. There's probably not much harm in grabbing a couple of flowers here as well. I don't know why I grabbed that rock, but I'll just drop that for now. Trade that rock for a piece of meat, because this bull is going to come over and try and grab him and just kill him as soon as he pops his head up out of the ground. Gnomes into Chester. I'm going to keep the gnomes at my base because I have tons of gold for now. And at this point, I don't see any reason not to try to hunt down this qualifiant track. Despite the fact that it's relatively hard to see which direction they're going on the deciduous turf. So if I lose it, I'm not too worried about it. I do have tons of food for the moment right now, but it can't hurt just to track him down while we're in the earlier parts of the game here. I think I've lost this track. Oh, there it is. Well, it's much easier to see where they're going during the daytime. And the one thing with this qualifiant that I'm going to do is I'm not actually going to kill it right away. I am going to herd it towards my camp so that when I actually do need the food, that it is close by and within pretty easy reach. I just can't help myself but to open all the tumbleweeds that I find. See, there are lots of nice little places that we could trap this qualifiant so that we can get in the first hit to aggro it, but we've got 13 pieces of meat which are starting to spoil now. And, we don't need 8 more, so we're just going to push this guy towards our base and leave him somewhere within the close vicinity of it so that when we do need the meat again, he's just right there. So this is the ideal spot to trap him, so this is where I'm going to leave him. Close to the base and in an easy easy spot where we can corner him. Going to leave Glommer. later.